Hello and welcome back to Factorio. I'm Ivan, and in the last episode we set up the purple science. Here, while we set up the belt, we are now traveling it down to our new belt weaving science facility, which we made last time. And we made blue chips. That's up here. Sorry. And we completely messed up our copper, which seems to be fine right now. Okay. And we messed up our green chips, which of course is happening. And because we messed up the greens, we messed up the reds. So let's start off by duplicating our greens. And then I was thinking we should make yellow science, but then I thought, why? Right now, I think we have enough science to do the speed or the module 3s, which we do. And we have all the items we need to actually make them. So why make the yellow science in the base if we're going to use trains anyway? And one of the reasons would be logistic systems, but we aren't going to use that for many of the outposts anyway. And we could do fusion reactor, which we don't need. Productivity, damage, don't need. And armor, which is really nice, but we don't need. And we have quite a lot of space, so I don't think we're actually going to need the artillery either before we make outposts. So that's my thinking anyway. We don't need yellow science. So I'm going to do blue belts here, because we have that science. And last time we set up the new things, and the things would be the assembling machines 3. So that's going to increase everything as well. Anyway, but what we do need, I was going to do a copy paste down here. Oh, there's probably not enough room, and we could move it closer to the bus as well. So let's do a cut. It's also asymmetrical, and a paste. Good. And then we see what's going on when it's done. Let's turn off the personal robot and let the base robots do this. Oh, and it's getting dark. Oh, and it's so beautiful with the swarms of robots. I like that. And of course, they have to transport it all the way up, and then it needs to be built, which is a bit silly. So let's copy paste it here. Good. And we can't do one more unless we move the belt. So let's plop it and remove this belt here. Good. And then we plop it again to see where we're going to bring this belt around. And let's do a bit longer belt, like so, and so, and so, and so. Okay, now we need to connect these belts because they aren't connected between either. No. And there, and there. Then we're going to upgrade plan this place, because it would definitely be nice if this was all red belt for the transport belt would be the correct word, I believe. And plop. Then we need to connect in here as well, because we only connected part 2 and 3, I think. Anyway, okay, so this one is already made for us. Good, and the splitters are already upgraded. And if we do this and output left, output left, output left, and then we do that, I guess. Let's see. Sure. If we do this one also left and these two, this thing nudges everything down 1 and this thing nudges everything down 1. So if 2 belts are being drained, the 3rd belt should be running all the way to the left. And then we upgrade this like so. Okay, well, now we blew up the copper at least. Probably didn't need the 3rd copy there. But it's fine. It's nice to have something to work with, and we still haven't made a copper outpost. I think it's not even going to be an outpost. I think it's going to be here, because this one is already connected to the train network basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Really looking forward to the new drills. And then we're going to make the greens up here. This is going to be part of the green outpost, I believe. Green chips, that is. I think that's my huge plan right now. We don't, well, it has to be, because we don't have any other copper spots visible, I think. No. We also have new icons here. That's very cool. These are, yeah, nice icons. So we make one smelting outpost. I think we can do one more array down here, because I think we have enough miners for that. It doesn't look like it's moving a lot, at least. 67 miners, that's 33 a second without any 33 and a half, I guess. And this thing moves 30. Yeah, so it's pretty close. But then we have bonuses, and that's 20%. Okay, so it's not that huge. 20% of 67 and a half is 13 point something. So we have 80-ish a second. 40, sorry, 40 instead of 30. If I did the maths correctly now. That was a bit rough, but I think I did. So it's a bit pointless to try to drain every last thing of that one. And this thing, maybe if we are in dire need, but I think this is going to be the place. We also need steel, a lot of steel. And there are ways of doing that. And one of the ways of doing that is basically just smelt it. As in, treat it like iron ore, make one of these, and then just insert iron plates to make steel. Because we have quite a lot of smelting going on over here, or we have the capacity to smelt quite a lot, but we don't have the need. Or we can do this. This thing can all be steel or something. But what I want to do is make the outposts using modules. And that's one of the reasons I don't want to do too much before we get somewhere on the actual modules. And it looks like we're already doing a bit better on the green chips. And by a bit better, I mean not really, but it looks like it's because we capped our production here. But what we want is a place to build modules. That's one of the big ones. Let's do some tree removal here and extend the robo network up here. Good. Good. I probably need to pull the bus up a bit as well, like so, and copy this part here. And then we definitely need some lighting going on. So, whoop. And then some lamps. Nice lamps here as well. And a lamp here. Okay, so we have cleared a bit. We need to look at the ratios for the modules. Now, modules are the important part of the important modules. I guess we don't really need efficiency modules. It would be nice, but not going to prioritize those because the other ones, the productivity and the speed, is going to be essential for the end game base, or the end game look of the different arrays, and it would be really nice to get there so we can build and say this is finished. So let's start. We need productivity modules, and we need speed modules, and we need a whole bunch of speed modules because speed modules are what we put in the beacons, and we need a whole bunch of beacons as well. I guess red, green, copper and steel, I guess we should set up the beacons in the mall as well. Those are as important as the modules, because if we only use these, it's going to be very slow. The production speed is going to be extremely slow. So, red, green, copper and steel. Do we have reds here at all, except for this wonky belt we pulled in somewhere here? I don't think so. And I don't think we can really get this belt any interesting places here. Or can we? No. I'm not going to make more spaghetti here. So I'm going to do the reds down to, let's see, here. This is one of the places we need the reds here. So that's there and there. And I guess we can do a full belt of buffer, or we can move the blue cyans. I guess I'm not going to bother, so there we go. And then let's see, so he, am I messing up now? No, I'm not messing up. We just need to turn it down here. Good. Yeah, so it's half a belt, this many tiles of buffer. That kind of goes to waste, but that's okay. We can always loot them from the belt later if we want to change anything. And we're going to make a small change as well to our full base, and that's going to be upgrading. So let's get here. We have, that's nice. We have stuff going on, and that's going to be the first thing I'm going to change. It's going to be the, probably don't need this one, to be honest, because this one produces very, very fast. Good. This one could even be tier 1, probably. We're going to leave it as tier 2. this thing though might change. And I'm going to build all the new stuff using machine 3. So the new ones, I'm looking at what can we copy here, but I'm just going to build it, I guess at least the first one. No, I'm going to build all of them. So this one is going to be blue belt. And of course we need the lubricant. This is going to be the splitter. And this is going to be the undergroundy. There we go. There we go. So it needs gears as well. Here, you need gears as well. And you need red chips. Good. So, but you don't need any belts, and you don't need any belts either. Okay, so we don't need a chest between like we do on tier 1. Actually don't need that on tier 2 either. So here, 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 and here, and then the chests are going to be slightly off because of the liquid, but that's fine because that means it is a bit closer. Let's say here. So, or it can just go between. Let's see. If this one goes here and this one goes here, that looks neat. I like it. I'm going to place them like so. Good. There, there, and there. And these need electricity, so here and here and here. This one is done. This one is done. 20 each? No, 10 each. 10 each. That's a lot as well. 80 wheels each. Yeah. So one of these, 2 of these, turned in the correct way. Good, good. Turned in the correct direction, might be a better word. And then we need to pick up the lubricant from somewhere, and that means we find it here. Okay, so it goes in the storage tank there, so we can go anywhere here and down and down and crash. It's a bit awkward, so let's go around. We have enough pipes for that, and we don't need the biggest flow anyway. So here then, I think. There. Good. Good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So let's do between here then. And here. Here. And then we turn up, I think. So it becomes parallel to the bus. Not that it needs to be. Here. Now we need to move back and place the corners. I have a tendency to forget, so if I forget, I'm sure comments will remind me, but I guess we're going to notice that it's not working as it should. Here. Let's see. Yeah, I like this location. There. And then, yeah, up this cliff. I like it. This looks good. Oh, perfect. Okay, so this pipe now has lubricant, and that means it's going to travel all the way back, and it's going to be noticeable if it does, or if we have any breaks in the line, and then we're going to then we're going to actually see the blue belts. This is not what I was supposed to do this episode though, so I'm sorry about that. So this is going to be 4 stacks, this is going to be many stacks, and this is going to be 4 stacks. At least we have enough, or maybe not enough, but we have a lot of iron coming in because we did that. Okay. Yeah, we should be doing fine. I'm suddenly glad I made many of these machines again, and that's something we can upgrade as well. Good. And these might actually need, I was going to say they need stack inserters, and they actually do, at least. And if needed, we can put modules here as well. I don't think it's needed though, not yet anyway. So let's do the last module. It's not needed for anything actually. So let's stop there. Are we going to get to the next stage of non-stack? No, because we need yellow for that. So I think our science for now is complete. Unless we start something like this and just let it run while we do everything else. I keep thinking that it would be nice to, let's see, available power. We have a decent amount of power actually. So I'm not going to start the whole Coverex thing just yet. What we need now is to start the production of the modules, which means I think the bottleneck now would be copper. I think that's the biggest bottleneck at least, because even though right now we have a decent amount of greens, that doesn't leave any copper for the reds. And right now we aren't even producing blues, which will blow up everything. So if we stop the science, this will belt buffer up. It's already quite far though. And then we're going to have a better time of making the modules. This was a thing on the last playthrough as well. The struggle is getting enough product for the modules. So let's see what we actually need for those. And we need greens and reds, reds and blues, and reds and blues. So if we do a red and blue belt and then just pull a green belt off, I think that's going to be a decent way of doing it. Or we can share. I don't think, for some reason, I might be wrong, but I don't think Blue Chips likes to share. They do not approve of sharing of green chips because they need all of them. Greedy Blue Chips. So we're going to make it here because it's not going to be a big array. So let's underground this and pull out the greens here, like so. Good. Did we leave too much room? Nah, I'm not going to mess with this, so that's fine. So we have we need to do numbers though. First one is 1 in 15 seconds. The next one is 4, as in 1 in 30 seconds, but it needs 4 speed modules. So 1 in 15 seconds means 2 in 30 seconds, so we need 2 for 1. So that's like so, as in, and we place one here. But the next tier is going to be a mess then, because that's 4 every 30 seconds, and this one needs, no, it's 1 every 30 seconds, and this one needs 5 every 60 seconds. So 1 every 30 seconds means 2 every 60 seconds. And that means we need 2.5, or 5 to 2. So if we do 5 to 2, 5 to 2, this feels like too much for this system right now. We also need, this one needs, oh no, or we need to do the splitty of the belty, like so, because if not, it's not going to look as good, or it's not going to be as convenient, because then we need room for a belt upstairs, and I'm going to pull one belt between this one here, and this one is going to have a gap with a chest here or here, because we might need 2, and that's going to look something like something else. Yeah, what is that going to look like? Let's look at this. So if it's like this, and then like this, and then like so, and then we have 2. It doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. So, J's. Full inventory, getting rid of some crap. And logistics, yeah. Okay. So, what we're going to do with this is, I was thinking it was just going to be like 2 and 1 and 1, but I don't think that's enough. But let's start by doing something like that. And it needs to look like this. Let's see. One between. Yeah, that doesn't work. It's very easy though to just put it. Maybe we can do. No, never mind. No, I'm just going to do like something between. It's fine. And actually, we don't need chests between. We just do inserters anyway. So what did we decide? We decided on 2 to 1, right? So 1 every 30 seconds. No, it was 2.5. It was 5 to 2. So let's do 2 to 1 just to make it easy in the beginning, and then see how it ends, how it turns out. So we have this here, and this here, and then we, on the other side of the belt here, we have this, and if we do like so, then we can do this and this, and that's fine. This, so that's 2 to 1. I think it's fine, like so. And then we need this and this, and let's start with speed or productivity. Let's start with speed. Speed, and speed 2, and speed 3, and Now, I'm not going to be able to make any of this anyway because we don't have the product, but it will be nice to see the actual array. And it could be manipulated. This part can be manipulated with modules to make it work faster to be able to supply this. So that's going to be fine. So let's do here, here, and there. And then we need red coming in here. So that's like so. This one needs to go 2 up because that's the splittery part. There. Let's move it down just for clarity. Good. Let's move it up again because I want to do the downward belt so we only have one side. Okay. Okay. Now we still didn't make substations properly. And this thing does not buffer anything. And that might be an issue. I think we might want to buffer things. Let's see. Blues are being made, everything is being made. And this thing is going here, here, and here we are going to put a chest and an inserter and yeah, let's limit it at 4 stacks. That's only going to take 17 hours. Let's do it anyway, like that. Okay, so getting rid of some stuff from inventory. Why aren't you moving? Reds, reds, and reds are needed. So you prioritize left, right would be correct. Okay. So I guess things are happening now. Good. Maybe if this is functional enough, we can just copy paste and do recipe change. Let's do that. Let's turn ourselves on. Oh, and it needs to be placed. Okay, let's remove this one so we don't start making blues in here. And then we do this. And you need to change to productivity. All of you need to change to productivity as well. Plop. And plop. That's the changing of the recipe sound. Then substation as well. Oh, let's not handcraft red chips. That would be silly. Let's just make a substation. Where did we put the substation? Hello? Where did it go? Oh, bot stole it, of course. Ta-da. Good. So, plop and plop. Okay. That's good. We have production of the things now, and we doubled up on the greens. So we need to start on the production of the copper. And the way I'm going to do that, this might look a bit like last time, where the robot network grew to a level that was, let's call it too much. So I'm going to try not to do that. But I want to be able to bot build this because it will be so much faster. And the way I'm going to do that is by sneaking this thing. So where do we start? Let's start with the lamp. And that would be like so. Let's add the lamp so we can overlap it. I think that's such a nice way to do stuff. when making blueprints is to add a bit more on the side so you can see the overlap color like that. When it goes blue, I think it's blue. Yeah, when it goes blue, it's fine. Then we do this and this. So I'm going to drag it all the way up because I like it. And there and there. Well, a bit silly to start in the middle because now I have to do left and right, but that's fine. And there and there, and then we just need to clean the edges a bit. So also overlap with the lamp here, right? Yeah, there, of course. Lamp there, lamp there, lamp, and there. Good. It's such a fast way to build, and well, for us anyway. We place it, robots do the work, and then let's see. Yeah, we didn't get more bots, so we aren't blowing up the system. It just takes a while to charge them up here, but that's fine. And then we can do a quick count after we place down a radar. Radars are here and here and there. Good. Okay. Let's do the count now. 215, and then we add 20%, which is 21.5. It's 43. So 258. But we're going to get blue belts, and we're going to get the magical modules, and as you see, they build extremely fast. We almost have enough things for one, close to half. So how do we do this between? Like, what do we do before we get the modules? I actually don't know how I want to deal with that, but I think that's not going to be a today problem. But now we have completed the patch as well. It just needs to be powered, and we need to clean up the sides a bit. And that's quick as well. And at the same time, we are destroying some nature. So that's always fun. Good. And good. Oh, yeah. This is I promise this is not how we're going to build. We're not going to extend the logistic networks much further than this. It's not like we're going to extend it down here or something like that. We're going to have small ones in the outpost. So it is going to be by train, but that one was so close, so it felt very useful to do it like that. Should possibly have placed a storage chest up here. Let's do 2 actually. I think they will do the whole travel though if we have like wood in a different chest. So let's see, red chips. The blue chips are actually doing fine. That's not the issue. What is the issue? Red chips. Well, it's pretty clear what the issue is. It's red chips. But when blue chips fill, green chips will stop being eaten by those, and all of the green chips will go into the red chips. So everything will kind of balance itself. So the solution isn't to get more red chip production, it's definitely get more green chip production going on. And prioritizing anything won't make a difference either, because it will just move the bottleneck. And the bottleneck now is going to be green chips, no matter how we look at it. This thing is missing copper. So copper is the solution. Anyway, this has been a lot of talk, and I'm repeating myself because looking at this is obvious what we need to do, but what's not obvious is how we're going to do it, because it would be nice to get the modules in there, but I think these modules are going to take a while. So with that in mind, I think we're going to make a couple of smelters without modules. We're just going to copy these. Let's copy 2 of these, like so. And I think this is decent. That's a nice blueprint, I believe. Plop. And then that's going to be built here, maybe. Or maybe not there. That's like in the bus, basically. I misclicked there. That was actually a click, but it didn't do anything. But yeah, here probably. And then we do the train station, like out here and in, because we need to extend the trains that way anyway. And while making this, I think it's okay to tear down a couple of cliffs. That's great. And if we just do that and extend this, by doing that, this is going to get built by itself almost. So let's build one here as well. There. And that's how you build by being lazy. Let's place one radar up here as well. So this is going to be built by itself now. If we have all the things in the network, I believe we might. Other than that, let's prioritize this, right? No more science. Other than that, I think it's going to take the bots a while. Definitely, it's going to take the bots a while, but that's fine, because we have other things to think about. While this is happening, we can belt, we can look at our blue belts, for instance, to find out if that's happening. And it definitely is. Ah, that's nice. And this is also done using red chips now. That's 2,000 red chips in there, I think, because it was 10 each, if I remember it correctly. 10 each, yes. So 2,000 red chips there. Wow. So we can do red belts now, and I think we can train it in down here and do 2 more belts, a bit like we do the iron, but that's for next time. But I think this is nice, and I think this is nice, even though the network is a bit big, but that's fine. I almost feel a bit embarrassed for the poor bots. But it's working, and that's the point. It's working. And these had modules. Yeah. Oh well, that's going to manually be changed anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we actually have one speed module now, which is nice. When we have around 50 or something, then we can do an array with the beacons. And oh, beacons. We need to set up the beacons being made, and we need to set up the substations. And that's the same materials. So that's going to be very simple. When we set up one, it's going to fix the other ones. And that can be like here. Yeah, that's a good plan. So I think that's what we're going to do next time. We're going to set up the substation. That was the word. And let's remind ourselves. Let's see. Substation. And beacons. And beacons. Good. And a copper ice post, of course. So not completely sure how to do this, but I'm thinking like a loop. Maybe we do both tracks down here so we can continue, or yeah, might do that. We might do some of the diagonal things down here, and then cross off like so. I think that's going to be the thing. That's going to be enough squigglies and enough things to have parking as well, so that's nice. And then we actually need to connect this to this, because that wasn't done yet. Quite simple though. Although it needs to be connected to this one instead. Sure. Okay, that's the plan. That's the plan. And when we have this thing, we have so much copper and so much iron that so much copper and so much iron that we might even be able to make more than one module an episode, hopefully. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the spaghetti. Bye bye.